Of course, it was a real shock when we first heard it, and we've been numb for all of these days. But I think being here would be really good for us to go through all of it. But we're so grateful that God has just revealed this to us. So.
Were you just at home and got a call from law enforcement? How did you learn this?
Well, the detective, Robert Cash, called us Wednesday night, and he shared what he could share. So, and we both were just really surprised and shocked.
Totally caught off guard. Yeah, it was just we have been consigned to the fact that we probably never would know what happened to her, and this is just an absolute miracle about how she was found.
This must be a phone call you've waited for so long and thought through and dreamed of having. This phone call to get some answers in some way, right?
Well, like I say, after this amount of years, we just have been consigned to the fact that we probably never will find out what happened to her. And to have it all of a sudden, 34 and a half years later, find these remains in the middle of nowhere. This crew just and if they had dug up 15, 20 feet to one side or the other, they never would have found her. So we really believe that God has provided a miracle for this to happen.
So you're here. What will you be doing while you're home?
Well, we have, of course, meetings with the police and the forensic and people, and we're going to be planning, of course, a service that we're calling a closure celebration. And we've grieved all of these years, and we'll grieve again. And I think the biggest thing that I'm grieving is the fact that she had such a brutal ending to her life, but it's over with now, and we're at peace with the fact that she is that she's with the Lord, and
Amen.
And that is our greatest comfort,
You said the word closure. Is this small step, but a big step? Give your family some closure?
Not only us, but the whole community and all the people that have been supporting us basically for all these years. We have tremendous amount of friends and support from Greeley, and so we're all going to be celebrating this. I feel that, closure is important, to know that we found her remains and what happened to her, but also to move on and to celebrate her life.
Yeah, and we're doing this with, we want to celebrate with giving her honor and dignity, because she definitely didn't have that, and so we want to do that this time.
When I spoke to your other daughter, Jennifer, the other day, she said that at least now you know what happened.
Exactly.
It was maybe a little inkling of hope that maybe she was alive all this time. Have you ever felt that?
What is the question?
Well, did we have any kind of an inkling? 10 years after she was missing, we had a memorial service, and the motive for that was to release her, to say, okay, we've been searching for so long, and we haven't found her, and we may never find her, but we wanted to memorialize her. And I know both of us, the day after we did that, it was like a huge burden off of our shoulders. And go ahead,
I think what we did then is that we formally released her.
Yeah.
God gives, but then he takes away also. And so for us, that was kind of like a formal, okay, Lord, we're just releasing this to your sovereignty. And
Yeah.
I'm just going to move your mic a little bit this way.
Okay? You guys are doing a great job. That way it picks up your voice a little bit better.
Okay.
obviously now that this is a step in, a huge step in this case, but there's still a big part missing, and that's who did it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that that'll ever happen? Do you know if you'll ever find the answer to that question?
What is the question?
Do we think that they'll ever find out what happened and who did it?
Oh, okay.
I guess he's in
Who did it? People are asking us, how do we feel about that person? And to be honest with you, we never kind of like threw our energy in wanting to find that person and taking revenge, because all our energy was really to find her and not to worry about the guy who did it. And so even today, I'm just feeling like, God gives the greatest justice. And so for us to, want to have justice on that person, it's not our job, because I just really feel that God is taking care of that.
Is there anything else you want people to know? People who are watching this story, who's maybe followed this story for 30 years?
Well, for us, people ask us, what carried us through this? And quite honestly, it's easy for us to answer that. It's people's prayers. We have felt people's prayers and uplifting, and the people in Greeley, of course, would come over and support us and just in the greatest way. But people all over the world were praying for her, and I just am grateful for all this support, and we feel it now. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what God is going to do in the next 2 weeks, because so many people are supporting us and have thought about and reached out to us and contacted us. I mean, it's just overwhelming almost. It's been fantastic, and so we really appreciate that. And hopefully we can share some of that sentiment with people in this next 2 weeks.
The last thing I have for you is, I covered this case a year ago when Weld County and Greeley were taking another fresh look at the case again.
Mm-hmm.
Today is a different world than 1980, mid-80s, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
we have DNA, we have
Yes.
all these fascinating tools now that didn't exist whenever this first happened.
That's right.
Is that just kind of wild to you guys that we're solving crimes today in such new ways? And think back to the flyers, the original messages that went out back in the 80s compared to now.
Yeah. Well, we have been told by law enforcement that around the turn of the century, there was a huge leap in technology in solving cases. And that has been part of, I believe, them continuing. Robert Cash, who's really taken this case under his wing, has been fantastic, and he was a classmate of Jennifer. So this is very dear to him. And that's just another little piece that's just such a blessing. And I just feel that this is going to be a great 2 weeks.
That's all I have.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.